What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Islam Makhachev talks about return to lightweight division. Although Islam Makhachev vacated the lightweight title to pursue the welterweight title, talk about him returning to 155 for a showdown with Ilia Topuria has not gone away. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. While Makhachev has not closed the door on that, the former champion has signaled that a return to lightweight may not happen. Earlier this year, when Islam repeated his desire to fight for the 170-pound title, he dismissed the possibility of dropping the lightweight title. But that's exactly what happened, and now Topuria is sitting on the lightweight throne. Well, at a recent Eagle FC presser, Makhachev was asked yet again about whether he could return to lightweight. Here was some of what he had to say. It depends on how much weight I'll gain after the fight. So if I'm going to go to 83 or 84 kilos, but if I go up to 85 or 86 kilos, then I'm not sure. It was never an easy thing to cut weight down. So I'll have to sit down with the team and figure out what the next move is. Now, when he was asked by a fired up fan if he would return to lightweight to make Topuria pay for things he apparently said about Makhachev and Dagestan, Islam responded with, "As you wish." But Makhachev also opened the door to the possibility of fighting Topuria at a catchweight bout, which is more in line with the challenges he cited about cutting weight. There's some intrigue with Topuria. I'm also interested in that fight. Maybe we can make some kind of super fight, or as I said, we'll see about the weight. Of course, Makhachev still needs to fight Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight title, and that bout has yet to be booked. Islam was also asked about the possibility of fighting Khamzat Chimaev at some point if he wins the welterweight belt. Makhachev diplomatically sidestepped the question. Now, answering this question, I don't want to open the door to any conflict between our peoples. We'll see. I have a tough fight ahead. After that, we'll see. Do you see Makhachev and Chimaev fighting at some point? Charles Oliveira breaks silence on UFC rumor. Recently, there's been talk that Charles Oliveira might use his upcoming bout in Rio de Janeiro as a platform to hang up the gloves, but Do Bronx is shooting down rumors that this could be his farewell fight. The Brazilian star and former lightweight champ is booked to fight fellow contender Rafael Fiziev on October 11th. Since Oliveira will turn 36 not long after the bout, and because he was bombed out by Ilia Topuria in June, some have wondered if this could be it for Do Bronx. But when he was asked this question recently by AG Fight, Oliveira scoffed at the rumor. "No, forget it, people are trying to retire me before I want to retire. I haven't even thought about retirement. I have no desire to retire. I don't want to retire. There's a lot going on. I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I'm only 35 and there's a lot going on. So stop talking to me about retirement because I don't want to retire now. I'll fight until I feel good, until I feel excited about dedicating myself, training, and being happy. That's the most important thing." Clearly, Oliveira isn't thinking about walking away from the game, but do you think that could change if he gets KO'd by Fiziev, or should he start thinking about it now? And speaking of Topuria, Oliveira was also asked who he thinks the new lightweight king should fight next. Do Bronx pointed to his former foe, Arman Tsarukyan. Arman is ranked number 1, so Arman deserves this fight. He's waiting there. He was going to fight for the title, but he got injured and pulled out, so I think it's Arman. There are certainly more than a few people who think that Tsarukyan should challenge for the belt next, but Dana White has repeatedly said that Arman won't get the opportunity until he records another win. Topuria has also vehemently and repeatedly stated he won't fight the top contender next. As for Fiziev, he'll be competing for the first time since when he defeated Ignacio Bahamondes while competing in his country of Azerbaijan. While he's going to be public enemy number 1 when he fights Oliveira in his native Brazil, clearly Fiziev was not bothered by this.
Fighting in Azerbaijan, how surreal was that? Having that many fans?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I fight first time was such a big support in the arena, and I like it. That's good. That's good. But honestly, I like more when people don't like you around.
Really?
I like it more because for me it's like oh guys, now I have a big chance to beat your guy, and everybody start to love me. Maybe not everybody, but like 70% you start to respect me and love me. This is pushing me forward.
Who do you see winning on October 11th, Oliveira or Fiziev? Shavkat Rakhmanov, manager, shuts down fight rumor. As this video is being produced, it's still not clear when and who Shavkat Rakhmanov will fight next. But recently, his manager torched a rumor that a scrap between Rakhmanov and Sean Brady is in the works for November. The undefeated Kazakh welterweight has not competed since December, when he recorded a decision win over Ian Gary. The expectation was that Shavkat would fight the now former champion Belal Muhammad earlier this year, but Shavkat was sidelined due to injury. Well, more recently, SportyLineNet.kz reported that talks are underway to have Brady fight Rakhmanov at the UFC's November 22nd card in Qatar. However, Shavkat's manager, Daniel Rubenstein, fired back with this: "When will you people learn when you don't check both sides, you'll just keep spitting fake news This fight is not happening and certainly won't happen in November. So it would be interesting to know if Shavkat would take a fight with Brady or if he's still waiting for a title shot. Brady has yet to compete since he defeated Leon Edwards in March, and he's currently ranked number 2. Recently, Brady reported that the UFC offered him a fight with Gary for the UFC's upcoming card in Vancouver, but Gary turned it down. So could the UFC still be looking to book that matchup? Who would you rather see Brady fight next, Gary or Rakhmanov? What's next for Aljamain Sterling following Brian Ortega win? Aljamain Sterling returned to the win column on Saturday by outscoring Brian Ortega at UFC Shanghai. So what's next for the former bantamweight champ? Well, it's likely not what Sterling called for after the win. Sterling faced the long-time featherweight contender in the co-headliner, but due to reported issues Ortega had making weight, the fight was contested at a catchweight of 153 pounds. Although Ortega didn't fade badly or quickly, like many predicted he would, T-City was outstruck by Sterling over 5 rounds and lost by a clear-cut unanimous decision. The win marked the first time Sterling had competed since he lost via decision to top contender Movsar Evloev in December. Immediately after the fight, Sterling said this when asked what he wants next. "I think I've done enough in this game. Respect Alexander Volkanovski is the man, but I would love an opportunity to fight for the title again." That call out prompted some interesting and/or fiery responses online, including this one from Lerone Murphy. LOL. As you likely know, Murphy is coming off a jaw-dropping knockout of Aaron Pico at UFC 319, and since then, the champion Alexander Volkanovski has made it clear that he wants to fight the English challenger next. So it seems pretty unlikely that Sterling is going to get tapped for a title shot. Could we see the UFC ask Sterling to fight Arnold Allen, who has not fought since last July, or possibly Yair Rodriguez? Who do you want to see the former bantamweight champion fight next? Aljamain Sterling shows the damage he sustained from the spinning elbow during the Brian Ortega fight.
Good morning from Shanghai. This is from the spinning back elbow. As you can see, I now have a on my elbow. Because it looks like a why do you hate it? So I can't really bend my arm. Ooh. That's like the furthest I could get it. It hurts right there. So after the 3rd round, when I landed the elbow, I immediately felt it in the corner. I told the guys who were like shaking out my arm, or I started rubbing it, and I think it was him. But yeah, that looks not great. And it doesn't feel great either. Normal. And yeah, I'm gonna get that checked out.
That looks crazy from here.
It looks wild, right? It's nuts. So yeah. Couldn't really defend with this arm, this side of my body, but I did what I could.
Speaking of Ortega, Saturday also saw his ex, Tracy Cortez, have a heated social media exchange with an MMA content creator. Cortez initially posted this, which some people took as her commenting on Ortega's well-documented issues making 145. "I don't feel sorry for nobody grown and capable. Y'all swear things be holding you back, but it really be you stuck in your ways and won't make the necessary changes to be better. It ain't the devil, it ain't the city you in, it's not the people around you, it's you. Sorry, not sorry." Cortez, however, didn't care for Kevin K's take on what she was saying, as the UFC vet followed up with this. "Kevin, please shut the f up, turning nothing into something. This has absolutely nothing to do with him or anyone in the public eye. Don't come trying to use me for clickbait." To which Kevin K came back with this zinger. "Tracy, your lashes are fake, but you don't got to be, bae." What do you make of this exchange and Cortez's comments? All that aside, one would think that Ortega's days of competing at featherweight have come to an end. Umar Nurmagomedov reveals UFC return. It's still not clear who Umar Nurmagomedov will fight next, but the bantamweight contenders confirmed that he's going to fight in Abu Dhabi at UFC 321. Umar has yet to fight since he dropped the decision to the current champion Murabdavishvili in January. Not long ago, it was reported that Umar was going to battle Mario Bautista at the UFC's October 14th event in Vancouver, reportedly as the main event. But since then, it's been announced that Reinier de Ridder will battle Anthony Hernandez in that card's main event. And at a more recent Eagle FC presser, Umar confirmed that he's agreed to fight at UFC 321. "Yes, I was given Abu Dhabi in October. I was talking to my manager, and this is the way that we decided it was going to work better. The entire team is already going to be in Abu Dhabi, so it was better location, better timing. So Abu Dhabi was decided." And when asked about the fact this means his next bout will not be a 5-rounder, Umar noted, "I would prefer, or would like to fight in a 5-round fight in a main event, but the decision was made to fight there." It's not clear yet if Umar is going to fight Bautista at the Abu Dhabi card. Do you want to see that fight? Umar was also asked to respond to recent comments Petr Yan made, in which he claimed Umar has received a big push from the UFC due to the fact that he's the cousin of Khabib. Not surprisingly, Umar took issue with the statement. I don't agree. I completely disagree. I mean, even if you look at our fights with Merab, if you look at his fights with Merab and how he got dismantled, and my fight against Merab and how I fought against Merab, and who's being pushed and who's not, and who's got better fights. What do you think? Has Umar benefited promotionally speaking due to his relationship with the legend? What's next for Johnny Walker after UFC Shanghai win? Johnny Walker desperately needed a win at UFC Shanghai, and not only did the light heavyweight deliver one, he did so in impressive fashion. So what's next for the charismatic Brazilian? Walker was tapped to face Zhang Ming Yang in what many viewed as a showcase fight built for the rising Chinese star. Walker was coming off back-to-back KO losses and hadn't won a fight since May of 2023. Well, Walker did make some missteps in round 1, but in round 2, he took Ming Yang out with some nasty leg kicks and follow-up punches. In doing so, he snapped Ming Yang's 12-fight winning streak. While talking to ESPN after the crucial win, Walker had this to say about his performance. "I feel very good. I just need a little bit more time to use my full game. It's a long time with no fights. 1 year, no? I just got a little bit shy and not very trusting. That's why I hug him when I put him down. My takedown was not very effective. Long time, no fight. Lost a little bit of timing with everything." Now, if you saw the fight, you know that Walker called for a fight with former champ Jan Blachowicz immediately after the win. But Walker appeared to walk back from that call out, and while talking with ESPN, he had this to say about his next fight. "I have no idea. I was really focused on this Chinese guy. I don't even look in the rankings. I don't care how it's going to happen. Whatever the matchmakers do, I accept." Walker was ranked number 13 heading into this weekend's action, so you'd think that a fight with someone in the number 15 to number 10 range is likely next. Azamat Murzakanov is coming off a recent win, so could he be an option? The same could be said for Bogdan Guskov, who recently took out Nikita Krylov. Or the UFC could ask Walker if he wants to run it back with Krylov, who defeated him back in 2020. Who do you want to see Walker fight next? Daniel Cormier says Brock Lesnar would have been the safest fight in his career. At one point in time, Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar were on a collision course. Although the bout never came to fruition, to this day, DC feels like if it had happened, the fight would have been the safest of his career. During a recent appearance on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay show, he explained that in addition to Lesnar stylistically being a great matchup for him, he already had the blueprint laid out by Cain Velasquez.
The WWE got him. The WWE took him back. That was my golden goose, man. We had that moment in the ring. I pushed him, he pushed me. WWE paid him back. They were paying Brock like $6-7 million a year, maybe 10.
Right.
You telling me, Brock, you can go fight DC and lose, or you can come back.
Well, who's saying you gonna lose?
I'm beating Brock Lesnar, man. I was beating Brock.
That was a big dude, man.
Don't
6'4".
Don't matter, dog. Shay, I was beating Brock Lesnar. It was one of the safest fights I could have had. I'm telling you, dog, that's the truth. It's just the truth. I like Brock too.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, but I watched what Cain did to him. I watched how he would react to getting punched.
Right.
And I was gonna punch him. He would have to take me down.
Right.
To win the fight. And I can wrestle.
Yeah, but he's not a wrestler. I mean, he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he
but,
was.
But
if he shoots on me, I'm gonna make it so hard for him to get that takedown that by the time he gets it,
yeah,
he's
out of
exhausted.
gas.
Now I'm up to my feet and then you're done. That's what happened with Cain.
Yeah.
He took Cain down. Cain got up, started kneeing him in his face. I saw Brock recently, he still has that scar under his eye.
Really?
From when Cain kneed him in the face. Yep. Still got that big scar under his eye.
Damn.
So far, no response yet from Lesnar. MMA community goes off on Rampage Jackson's son for footage. Rampage Jackson's son Raja was streaming at a pro wrestling event when one of the wrestlers named Psycho Stu hit him over the head with a bottle as part of a wrestling storyline. According to reports, Stu was trying to play along with Raja after Raja appeared mad at him, and Stu even apologized to him multiple times about the bottle hit. Later on in the event, Psycho Stu was mid-match when Raja Jackson stormed into the ring and hit Stu with a power slam to the ground, which visibly knocked out Stu, and then Raja continued to punch down on Stu as he was knocked out. We counted 22 punches that Raja Jackson hit Stu with after his slam knockout. Rampage Jackson reacted to the incident on Twitter, writing, "I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I've been confirmed that the wrestler Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu, is awake and stable. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. I thought it was part of the show. It was bad judgment and a work that went wrong. Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf, and to kick for this situation. In another clip, Rampage Jackson can be seen talking about his sons, and when it comes to Raja, he says he has bail money set aside because he knows he'll end up getting arrested.
Raja and his oldest son, whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids, I knew they was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the two Japanese kids and bail money for Raja and his brother. So don't fuck with him. If you go to jail, I'm just going to bail him out.
Here's what the MMA community had to say about the incident. Prayers for Psycho Stu. Anyone who defends Raja Jackson is as dumb as he is. This is so bad, why didn't anyone stop him? Raja and his father should be behind bars. This is a disgrace and disrespect to the sport. Attempted murder. There's no other explanation. Yeah, he deserved the spinning kick in sparring. I've seen the whole situation, and the wrestler literally used a gimmick drink at Raja Jackson's head after saying, "Are you gonna sell it?" This sneak response from him is attempted murder. Dumb animal with no impulse control. Holy this is awful. I saw the video that supposedly caused Raja to do this, and it was a work can that this wrestler hit him on the head with. Raja doesn't know the business and took it disrespectfully, but in no world was this the response it deserved. He could have, and by the looks of it, almost did man, and I have to think charges will be filed. What in the world was he thinking? I've never seen someone record themselves commit premeditated murder. The fact that Raja Jackson doesn't even comprehend what he's done shows two things. His dad, Rampage, never raised him right, and Raja will do this again the next time he's cornered or disrespected. The whole Raja Jackson situation is just because you're live on Kick doesn't mean you have to show off how you're so hard. Dude has a family, and all you're thinking about is views. Lock Raja up for life. That dude. This is exactly what's wrong with these weirdo clout-chasing streamers, always desperate for the next viral moment. This dude needs to go to jail for a long time. That's attempted murder. I've known and trained with Psycho Stu for 15 years. He's a former US Army veteran and amazing guy. There are no excuses for what happened in that ring. Praying for a strong kick out. We have a favor to ask. Help us reach 200,000 subscribers on MMA Zone by subscribing and turning on notifications for daily MMA content. Seriously, we rarely miss a day.